It's, it's gonna be in the Hawkeye movie. Like what?
The Hawkeye show, I would imagine.
Oh,
That's coming
is
out
he in a
this
show?
year. Yeah, it's coming out this year.
Oh, okay, okay. That's cool. I get to see more of my girl Midsummer.
Yeah, I would imagine. Uh, wow, that was interesting.
What, the post-credit scene or the movie?
Both.
Okay. It's just
I
thinking
was
the
more talking
good
about the
way.
movie, but
It's just
I mean, I
in
liked
the
it.
back. Okay, okay.
I'm happy because I feel like it didn't it didn't try like really hard to be something crazy. I feel like what it was and what it should have been and what it achieved in being was like the Black Widow movie that we feel like we should have gotten before this
hmm
point. Like if
hmm
she had her own standalone movie like everyone else, you
It's
know?
weird because I felt like they could have put this movie between Infinity War, like around the Ant-Man and the Wasp type of
Um
vibe. They could have put it
yeah.
around that time, and I would have
Um
been perfectly fine with it.
well,
Like,
maybe like one movie before, like maybe like sometime around Thor Ragnarok. That'd be right before Infinity War.
yeah. When did Ant-Man and the Wasp? Oh, Ant-Man and the
Ant-Man
Wasp
and
came
Wasp
out
was
after.
between Infinity War and Captain Marvel. Yeah, it was
Okay,
Infinity War,
okay.
Ant-Man, Captain Marvel, Endgame. Um, yeah, I feel like it was just like a very fine standalone movie with
hmm
good character. I wish Red Guardian was in it more because I love David Harbour.
hmm
I love him
hmm
as an actor so much. Uh, so I hope we get more of him in the future because I did like him here. I just wish we would have gotten to see more of him.
Yeah, I wish we got more of him like fighting too.
Yeah, I want to
That
see
would
more
be.
of his fight with Taskmaster. And I kind of want to see more of Taskmaster in general.
Yeah, I was thinking
Um,
of you. There's
but you
some
know, it
cool
was
stuff there.
it. I mean, I'm always on board with Marvel movies that don't feel really long because they're like I hate movies that feel really long. That's like one of my biggest problems with like especially a lot of modern movies that they just feel like it's like does
They
this need
drag.
to be 2.5 hours? You know, like this
Yeah,
this
that's
is
fair.
really going on.
That's why I really like the like a Quiet Place movies because they're really short,
Mhm.
like hour
Yeah.
30.
So yeah, this one didn't feel too long. It really did
Mhm.
feel kind of like a it felt like a phase 2 movie with like a phase 3 or like phase 3 kind of budget, you know?
Mm,
Like it felt like a very like small personal story that we haven't I don't like we haven't really gotten that in a while. Like what was the
right,
last
right.
movie that was just kind of like a one character kind of personal story? Like I guess Captain
Uh,
Marvel, but I mean that featured like Nick Fury and Shield and the Skrulls and all that.
yeah. Uh, Black Panther. That's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
one.
There you go. That might have been the last
Uh,
like big one. Like
yeah, I'm
Thor
trying to
Ragnarok
think.
was like a big team up movie, you know.
Same thing with Civil War. That's a Captain America movie, and that's of course is a big team up movie.
Yeah.
Um,
But
yeah, that's fun.
yeah, I like that. I liked the post credit scene, and that's kind of setting up more of Valentina's kind of setup of her whatever they're gonna be calling that, like Dark Avengers, Thunderbolts, whatever that's gonna be. Um so I'm really liking it because it's like I said after we watched Falcon and Winter Soldier where I'm like, I hope she's like like the foil of Nick Fury in that regard, where she shows up at the end and like she's just recruiting people like Nick Fury was in the post credit scenes because she's literally supposed to be like Nick Fury's kind of like foil in the comics, like they were a romantic thing together, and so I think that's really cool how they're doing that. Um, and I guess they're setting up Yelena to maybe be a villain in Hawkeye. I don't know though. I don't think she'd be like a full villain. She'll probably like join up with him.
Yeah.
Um, man, I should have been writing stuff down. I usually do, and now I'm just like there's all the stuff I want to talk about, but I'm just trying to process everything. Um, worst feeling.
Um, I definitely like the movie. I think it was a lot better than I expected, so
Yeah,
that's always good. Um, though I didn't know what I was really expecting. I think more so I didn't want like a complete like from the beginning story.
right. So yeah, that was
So
one thing I was actually kind of surprised about. And
me too.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but like,
You're fine.
uh, yeah, I mean, I expected to just like show all of her like stuff in the Red Room, like we saw the glimpses of in
Mm-hmm.
Age of Ultron,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't. It was pretty much all like fucking not modern day, but it was all post that,
Mm-hmm.
which surprised me. It gave hints here and there, and I really liked the like when they were doing the credits, and they showed basically like a really kind of like scattered montage of all that stuff. I think that was pretty cool. Um, one thing I'm super impressed about, because I had like known the cast going into this, because I had watched one of the Marvel things where they were like announcing stuff about this movie. Um, and I was like, they have never like given the actor or actress for Taskmaster. Like they never revealed who it was. They never revealed who was playing that character. And I'm like, well, that obviously means it's gonna be like a character that, like, it's gonna be like a character reveal. Like it was you the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And no, it was just like they didn't do that. It was a character set up earlier in the movie, but they never like talked about that actress. They never like. Yeah, I guess it helps. Like she didn't get any lines. She did like it wasn't like some
Mm-hmm.
big thing, but it was just shocking because I was so sure it was gonna
It was
be
gonna be the
Melina.
mom.
Yeah, I was so fucking positive it was gonna be her because she's like I'm pretty sure she's like a villain in the comics. She's not Taskmaster. Like Taskmaster's a guy in the comics, but
Mhm.
man, I was so sure it was gonna be her. So I'm really happy it wasn't because like, I fucking like these days in twist villains, man.
I called it too. I was like,
You called it. That was a great
daughter.
call on your part.
And you're like, I think you're thinking like, wow, maybe.
Yeah, I was like I had to think about it for a second, but I'm like, yeah, I mean, I guess if he survived that explosion, then maybe she did as well. And I
They're
was like,
really
oh,
good
it
at
makes
their
sense.
job.
Yeah,
They didn't get any of the targets. No one died.
yeah.
No
I still think she
casualties.
was cool. Though. I think they did it really well because that's like,
Oh hell yeah! Oh yeah, that first scene when she blows up Black Widow's car and
yeah,
like yeah, that scene is
that
so
whole
fucking
chase scene
cool.
was great. That was such a good. That was one of my favorite scenes there. Um, let me. What's this? Sorry about that.
God, they broke that one girl's back. She's still in that room to this day. She just never got up.
There's so many people that should have died at so many points.
Once the
Sorry.
I was like they were running around like fucking super soldiers.
Yeah. Like they're slightly augmented, but they're not like fucking super soldiers, except for Red Guardian.
Yeah, Red Guardian.
He's like basically like the Russian super soldier program.
Okay, so AIM was doing the same thing though, right?
AIM? I
Yeah.
mean they did like the Extremis program in this series. Like they were doing that was the whole like regrowing limbs thing, but like was accidentally volatile, so they just decided to weaponize it.
Oh, okay. I was like, they're super soldiers technically too, but okay.
Yeah, that was more of like a kind of happy accident because the botanist chick like she couldn't get that formula to work. It kept like exploding, and
Okay.
so fucking Guy Pearce just like bought out her stuff and decided to try and weaponize it. Um, man,
I
oh my
like the
god,
intro.
my dog is barking. Hang on one second. Go ahead and talk about your feelings. I'll be able to hear you.
Uh, um, I could wait.
Oh man, sorry about that. My dog was like barking outside my door. It's weird. I hate when that happens when we're trying to be professionals. What were you saying?
I was saying I was liking like the beginning and like I like the intro, I like some like Teen Spirit. I
Yeah.
like that whole it was like well, as we were watching, I was like, man, this is like a different vibe. It just seems like a lot more dark. It's like I was watching like almost like an intro to like a snuff film or some shit.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, this is kind of cool. And a part of me wish it was like kind of more dark. Like I get it why they didn't go that route, but I was like that would have been kind of cool if it was like kind of like a little bit more darker than usual Marvel movies.
Yeah.
But it was fine. I mean,
They didn't go
I don't
too
knock it.
deep into it.
Hmm.
I think that definitely would have been very interesting if they really just went full on, just kind of like how terrible it must be growing up in that kind of life.
Yeah, 'cause
Uh,
I kind of wanted to see more of it, but they didn't really
yeah.
show much.
Like,
You know what I mean? It
you
seemed
know,
like
it's kind of supposed to be implied based on how the characters operate as we see them, but,
hmm
you know,
and they talk about it.
yeah,
Yeah,
loosely.
about like them removing the uterus. Like that shit sounds like it was played as a joke, but like you
Hmm.
know,
Yeah, I
on
mean,
hindsight, that shit
yeah,
is really terrible.
and that was like one of the things I liked in Age of Ultron was when she talked about that kind of stuff with Bruce Banner, um, and they didn't really go more into it here, which I found to be an interesting choice. But again, it's kind of going into that idea of the like, this is basically like the phase 2 kind of generic action movie that they always wanted to give this character.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's true. That's true. That's
But
true.
Ike Perlmutter wouldn't allow it.
Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy with a nice steel rod. I hope someone remove his uterus.
You hope someone gives him a forced sex change and then removes his give me
Yep.
uterus and then remove it.
Actually, I hope they implant a uterus inside of him with his junk and then remove it through his junk.
um
You're not recording this, right?
I am. Of course.
Oh, okay, well that's fine. Keep that part in. Make sure that's the beginning. You know how like people do previews.
Like a little free. That would add a lot of fucking time onto when this is gonna come out. I tried to have these be raw, but unless something
Yeah,
horrible happens.
I wasn't really feeling the first half of the dinner scene, but the second half kind of cleaned it up, and I
It
was
was
like,
alright.
that was cool."
It worked good. It worked well enough.
You think so?
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
this movie's just like fine.
Mhm.
You know, but it's just something where it's like I wasn't expecting too much, and it's like I got some cool action, some
Mhm.
decent character work, some good setup for some of the stuff coming down the pipeline. It might be. I mean, it's also like we're getting some really good content now out of like the TV shows, like fucking
Yes, sir.
WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier. They have flaws, but they have just great stuff in them. And
Mhm.
Loki so far is just amazing. And so when we get stuff like this, that's much more like cookie cutter Marvel.
Yes.
It's, you know, like I kind of have to take myself back, like, all right, now we're back to just like safe Marvel. And that's the thing that I love so much about what we have in Phase 4 so far is that they're willing to take a step out there and go with something that isn't kind of in the normal vein of what people are expecting. Whereas this is very much like, all right, this is going to be our first movie where we're bringing people back to theaters. And even though this movie was made like fucking 2 years ago or something.
Oh, really? What?
I mean,
It's been done for a while?
they wanted to release this movie last year, you know.
Oh,
This movie's been delayed so long because they wanted it to come out like back in theaters, you know.
well, good luck with that.
I mean, it was. What do you mean? It is back in theaters.
I mean, yeah, but you didn't get like the full effect. You know what I mean?
What do you
Like,
mean?
you could still stream it at home.
Yeah, but you could also see it in theaters.
Yeah, but like a lot of people were pretty good. Like, just like, nah, we had to stay home.
I mean, I enjoyed watching it here. Like, I thought, you know,
Yeah,
like
you're
I
not
like
even,
watching
like,
in theaters, but maybe it's also because it's like a much less ambitious. But like, if this is something like the next if like I'm definitely seeing Doctor Strange 2 in theaters. I gotta see that. That's gonna be a big thing. But this is something where I'm like, I could see this like here. I think that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I felt the same. I will say I like this movie more than Captain Marvel. So
In Captain Marvel, that's interesting.
yeah,
There's
yeah,
some stuff I
like.
really like about Captain Marvel, though.
I dare I can't like I don't not I can't, but like I it's just like it doesn't interest me enough. I
That's fair,
think the coolest parts of Captain Marvel is when she's like her human part. I
right?
know she's I mean she's human, but like it's like when she's like down on Earth and she's
Hmm.
talking with her friends and stuff. I love
Oh
that
yeah, I
part,
mean
but
the
like
first like fucking 20 minutes of that movie is fucking boring, but
yeah, but
uh,
like eh, yeah, I don't know. It's just like that movie's not that cool. I refuse to go back and watch it. I just don't need
all
to.
right, that's
There's
fair.
no
I've seen it
drive.
twice, maybe three. No, I think I've only seen that movie twice. And I
But
like parts of it. I don't know about this movie. I mean, we just finished it, but
yeah,
like,
that's true. But I feel like if someone was like, you wanna if next week comes around and someone's like, you wanna watch the Black Widow movie, I think I would honestly
yeah,
genuinely
do
say,
it
yeah,
again.
I'm down to do it.
I
Give me
might. I don't know. I might enjoy it more a second time around as well. Like, well, I as well. I think I might enjoy it more a second time around because like I was just like the whole like first half. I was like, I was just waiting on them to reveal that Melina was gonna be Taskmaster. And now that I know that that's not gonna be a thing, I might be like enjoying it more because I can actually focus on her like character without being like, all right, I can ignore all this because she's gonna be the twist villain. And that just is such a poor like sign of how movies have conditioned me these days. Cause it's just it's so bad. I hate how twist villains how prevalent they become. It's so
yeah.
horrible.
Disney
Disney.
plus villains.
That's why I can appreciate Frozen 2 a lot because it didn't have a twist villain. Say what you want about that movie, at least it didn't have a twist villain.
That's fair. I haven't seen that movie, so I can't give
Yeah.
my opinion. But
But yeah, I don't know. That's just I'm so happy about that at least. Like even the fucking the two previous shows we've watched with in Marvel, they both had twist villains. And they were one of them at least was pretty lame.
wait. In what?
In WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Wait, no, I guess WandaVision technically, yeah, that is a twist villain. But Winter Soldier is
Sharon Carter?
oh yeah.
Yeah, see, you didn't even remember it. That's how lame it was.
Why did you do that? Why did you?
What?
Why did you put those thoughts? Why did you put me in the red room?
You see, you completely forgot about it.
Red mist.
That show had some great stuff, but some of it was.
There's some really shitty stuff in there. Fuck Sharon Carter, dude. That whole time, I just was just like, this character is so stupid. Like, she's being so evil. It is blatant. But they want you to be like, oh man, it's a twist. We didn't expect it coming. No, you see that shit from a mile away, man. Oh my
Yeah,
God,
man.
dude.
I'll definitely come back to this movie at some point.
What do you think about the villain? We didn't talk about him.
About Dreykov?
Yeah, Chekhov.
I mean, it was pretty generic, but honestly, like, going back to Twist Village again, like, it's honestly kind of refreshing just seeing, like, a generic bad evil guy. Especially because he was, like, kind of pathetic. Like, he was just not really threatening at all.
I like, my favorite part? My favorite part because I think it's just weird, like, weirdly, like, delivered. Not like his acting, but it feels kind of out of place. But he's like, I use the number one thing that we have a lot of girls, and I was like, what? It's like, okay, dude.
Yeah.
He was cool in a sense of like, I think I just kind of like his demeanor and his acting, but like he is like just a generic bad guy.
Man, it just makes me really sad because like this movie would have been so much more impactful if they had got it done earlier. Like the
Mhm.
fact that this just like the only stuff that this leaves for the future of the series is having um I mean her
You?
family like around. Uh
Yeah.
but it's just like, oh man, that sucks so much. uh I don't know. I like what they did with the characters as we had them, but it's just like, whew. Do you imagine what could have been? Could you even imagine? That's with a lot of stuff. Fucking back to Ike Perlmutter, like all the ideas Kevin Feige had out there that Ike said no to because, as he said, people don't care about women and black people. So, fuck Ike, am I right?
Uterus removal. I want that immediately.
Yeah. Remember when he said he was fine with recasting to Don Cheadle because all black
Black
people look the
people.
same.
Even though Terrence Howard is a light skinned man with like hazel eyes, and
completely
Don
different.
Cheadle is a dark man.
They have completely different builds. It's just
I think Don Cheadle's like older than Terrence Howard. He's like turning over. He has already had like 1 foot in the grave. And, like,
oh my
come
god,
on, dude.
poor Don Cheadle.
I like Don Cheadle. Hotel Rwanda is amazing.
Oh, that's a great movie.
I was gonna say I know I talked about this already, but Florence Pugh, I just glad that they casted her because I wanted to see more of her.
Yeah, she did. I liked her in this. I'm
Yeah,
excited
I
to
would
see
say
more of her.
exactly. I just really liked her acting. I like everyone in this movie, like acting wise.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was the one that stuck out for me. Uh, just because like I like what they did with her character.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was badass also, and yeah, I think she's cool.
Yeah, and I'm glad they like the villain is like nothing special, but that just means they got to put a little more focus on the interaction between like our four kind of main characters who like this
Mhm.
family here, this really fucked up family that
Mhm.
probably shouldn't be, but you get to see that they like what they make of it.
Mhm.
Um,
What do you think they're gonna do with Taskmaster in the future? Because she's coming
uh,
with us. I thought she died, but
no, I mean,
maybe
I
not.
imagine that's just like them kind of leaving the door open to where if they have an idea for what they want to do with her, they can bring her back. I'm trying to.
Was Taskmaster anyone else's villain, like Captain America's or anything
I
of that
think
nature?
it was a Captain America villain. I don't really remember honestly. Um,
She
but
did the claw thing from Black Panther, but she didn't use them, so
yeah,
it was still cool though. Cool little reference.
yeah. I'm trying to think if there was. I thought I remember seeing like a this character is set to appear in this show, and I'm trying to remember what it was, but I don't.
What? They had those
I Yeah, I mean they
little
talk
spoiler
about
things like
that.
that.
I mean, because I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if Florence Pugh is like confirmed to be in Hawkeye. I imagine she has to be though. Like given this scene, I imagine she has to be in there. But I thought there was someone else where it's like this character's gonna be in this.
Imagine not seeing Falcon Winter Soldier and being like, "Who is this chick?" I mean, I guess she was. I mean, within
It's the
context,
same
she was still
thing. I
up.
mean, it's the same thing in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like, who is this chick?
Yeah, that's
We
fair.
still don't know.
But now you still see her, but you're like, "Oh man, it's the chick from blah blah blah."
Yeah, it would just be the reverse. Or in Falcon and Winter Soldier, it's like, oh, it's her. That's kind of what I was saying back then. Where I'm like, this character is I think they had confirmed, not confirmed, but there were rumors that she was going to appear in this, and so it would be the reverse where it's like, who is she here? And then she shows up there, and it's like, oh, it's her, but you still say, who is she? um, that's going to be interesting.
So, how many people are in the Dark Avengers?
Oh,
Or like,
I
okay, I
a
thought you meant, like,
sizable
maybe.
amount. I don't know the specifics really.
What do they do? They just
I think it was called the Thunderbolts, I think, and they were essentially
uh,
like when the Avengers were like caught in some kind of like dimensional thing, like some other story. They essentially filled in under the cover saying like, "Hey, we'll be the Avengers until the actual Avengers come
Oh,
back, but underneath like doing all their kind of crime fighting and stuff, they were actually kind of subverting world governments and doing all their evil stuff under the cover
oh,
of being the fill-in Avengers. I think it was something similar to that.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do with that here.
I know Zemo was like, I don't know if he was their leader. He was like a big member of that.
Fucking Zemo.
Oh man. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah,
He's out of line, but he's right.
So
What is that thing that you do with your hair when you land and you do this?
that was kind of funny. It was a good running joke. Yeah, I wanted to see how this movie sits and see if I come back and say because at the moment I'm like, yeah, that was good, but I'm just not sure if that's a movie that's gonna hold up and be like something I'm gonna come back and watch. But maybe I don't know. We'll see
But
what
that girl
happens.
got her back twisted, Riley. Come
Yeah,
on.
the action was pretty cool. The scene of them falling from the sky. I wish that had gone on a little longer. Just like seeing the ridiculous shit they did.
Yeah, that was some really ridiculous shit there.
It was so unrealistic, but I loved
Fucking
it.
Taskmaster was flying. I was like, yeah, what?
That
where
was
did he get
fucking
that from?
peak Marvel. Fucking this peak Marvel action.
Oh, man, Mephisto won't appear in
I can't.
Black Widow.
I can't wait for the Loki finale, though. I can't wait to talk about that. That'll probably be our next thing that we do.
Yeah.
Whew.
I'm hyped because I don't know what was coming up. So
So yeah, what's coming up in the future? Hawkeye's coming out this year. Is there anything else actually?
any shows? Other shows like?
Let me actually see what's coming up.
It's the what if stuff coming
Oh,
out this year?
Eternals. Eternals is coming out in November
Ah,
5th.
Oh, Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi is coming out September 3rd.
I'm hyped for that. I feel like that shit
Yeah,
gonna be
so that'll be
cool.
back-to-back months of movies. No Way Home is going to be in December.
Ah.
Yeah?
Oh,
What's that
I
about?
love this new Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
They're such feel-good movies.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
People are so like not jaded. There's people are so blinded by nostalgia when it comes to, like, Tobey Maguire movies, and
Yeah.
those are cool in their own right, but like they hate on the new movies. I'm like, but they're
Oh, yeah.
so good. There's such cool shit.
I
in
love
them.
Far From Home is just like every time I watch it,
Yeah.
I love it more. It's become like like beyond the fact that I have like such a fucking crush on Jake Gyllenhaal, but like it's such a good movie, dude. Oh my god. So yeah, that's gonna be December, and then for TV shows, there's What If is coming out in August.
Okay.
So that's gonna be the next thing that Marvel has is What If in August.
Ironheart.
Ironheart won't be in. That's to be determined.
Oh, okay.
They haven't
damn.
set a release
I
date
really
for
want
that
to
yet.
see that.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Fucking Riri Williams. And then they have late 2021 as Hawkeye and Miss Marvel. I'm excited for Hawkeye because one of my favorite characters, Kate Bishop, is gonna be in it. I'm super excited for that. Yeah,
Kate Bishop's Kate. Is that?
she was
is
like
that,
she was another Archer characters. It was
Oh, okay.
like Hawkeye's kind of not ward, but
Underling?
a partner. They're kind of
Oh, okay.
partners more. I'm super excited for that. Yeah, things are looking good for the future. So, like, man, so far in 2021. So when did WandaVision come out? When did that start coming out?
Was that February?
That was this year, right? Yeah, that was this year.
Yeah.
So we've already gotten WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, and Black Widow, and we still have to get Shang-Chi, Eternals, Spider-Man 3, What If, Hawkeye, and Miss Marvel.
And there's still all these rumors about the Spider-Man 3 and adding all these people.
Oh yeah, they've been
You know?
keeping that fucking tight. They have been just keeping a tight ship on that production. Man, man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, I'm excited. Excited for everything.
Jeez Louise.
Marvel's booking it.
How fast do you think they're going?
It's waiting because they still have just like loads of stuff. They could still do fucking like do the X-Men. They still have just all the crazy space shit they can do. It's just like it's just so amazing. It's just a never-ending kind of cache of stories they can pull from. Very exciting. I think that's overall all the thoughts I have. Decent movie. Huh?
With the multiverse.
Oh, Doctor Strange 2 is gonna be so fucking amazing.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of Doctor Strange 1, but Doctor Strange 2 is gonna be fucking dope. I think it's gonna be really good, dope. So, and I like Doctor Strange. So, after the whole Infinity War shit, I was like, all right, bro, you're pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty good. All right, I think that's all we have to say. You good?
I'm good.
All right, cool.